Hey everybody, this is General Poppades. I'm back. Doing something a little different today. If you know me, you've seen my channel, my videos, I've done a lot of different stuff than gaming and, toys and a bunch of different stuff. Uh, I also, another thing I really like, but I haven't really mentioned too much on my channel, I like watching movies. And, I want to do a tier list of some animated movies that I really enjoyed and some I really didn't. I want to make my own tier list specifically, but like I couldn't do it for some reason, so I'm just gonna use the one they have here on this website. It's called tiermaker.com. I'll put that in the description. So it's just basically a lot of Disney animated movies, and then I got like a lot of mixed feelings about some of these. Some of them are really good, some of them are bad. As you can see, I got here the normal categories, and then I got the Brock tier. Just it's a horrible one. It's one of the movies I haven't seen and don't remember. I already did that before I started this video. You might be surprised because there's a lot of classics and good movies here that I really don't remember or haven't seen, and I'd like to rewatch them. And there's also other movies here that I just like didn't know at all about and just never heard of. So that explains why I haven't seen them. And you know what? Actually, I might get rid of this E row. Sorry, let's do S, A, B, C, D, and Brock. That's okay with you? I wanted to originally include other animated movies like Shrek, and, Kung Fu Panda, things like that, Despicable Me, but then I couldn't do that, so I'm just gonna make this Disney exclusive, I guess. So we're just gonna go to start uh, from the beginning all the way until from Cinderella all the way until Ralph Breaks the Internet. All right, so let's get started. Cinderella. I've actually never seen Cinderella, but the reason I didn't put it in this category is because I have seen the live action version of it, and I did enjoy that one a bit. I didn't love it, but it was pretty good. It was like the first live action Disney movie that I remember watching, I think, and like I guess this one like kind of set the tone for like live action Disney movies, but for this one, though, it was pretty good. Like I enjoyed it. I'd probably rewatch it again. It's not the best, but like it's still pretty good, so I'll put it in the B category. I don't really have any specific criteria for like each category. Like maybe like S is like really really good. I could rewatch like a lot and like never get tired of. A is also really good and like I'll rewatch it most of the time. But like also it's not one that like comes to mind right away when I think Disney movies. B is like good films. I might rewatch it. I might not. But it's good. C are like the okay average films that like I might rewatch it. Probably a low chance I'd rewatch it, but there's still a chance I might rewatch it. And D is like the films I don't really feel too fond of and have a low chance of rewatching. And then Brock are just ones that are straight up garbage. Like I really don't like them. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Let's get back. Here's an old movie I've seen a couple of times. Lady and the Tramp. It was really old. I remember liking this movie. It's been a really long time since I've seen it, but it's probably like I feel like if I were to watch it now, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much, just because I feel like it might not have aged very well. But it's still a pretty good movie nonetheless. It's uh, like I said, when I was talking about the general criteria of it, doesn't mean like I have to like stick by that criteria uh, for each category. So it was good, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have a hard time rewatching it though, so I'll put it in C tier. Um, okay, Beauty and the Beast. Okay. Uh, when I was a kid, actually, let me go Aladdin first. I'll get to Beauty and the Beast in a second. I remember watching Aladdin a lot as a kid, and I remember really liking it. I actually, as a kid, like I never watched it in its entirety, but like the parts I did watch, I really liked. And then once I got older, um, I rewatched the whole thing, and it's really good. It's like it's I don't know if it's the very first Disney movie I saw, but it's like the first like Disney one I remember watching like vividly, I think, if that makes sense. But yes, there's a lot of great things about it. I love, it's got a great soundtrack, good characters, Alain and everyone. So yeah, it's a good movie. So probably put it in S tier for that. Yeah, I actually haven't watched it that much in like recent years, but like I probably should. And it's really good. And yeah. Next, I got Beauty and the Beast, and the reason I put I did Aladdin before Beauty and the Beast is because Aladdin was the first Disney film that I remember watching, but Beauty and the Beast was one that I watched as a kid, and this one is kind of the one that kind of got me into like Disney and stuff. So like I'll be like grateful for that, and it's probably the reason why I watched most of these movies here. And it's just overall a really good film. It's got good songs, good characters. I like how like she still loves the Beast even though like despite his appearance. I really love that theme. It's powerful and it's really good, and I could rewatch it a lot. So yeah, I'll put that in S tier as well. Next we got The Emperor's New Groove. I've actually only seen this movie one time. It was actually in I think it was sixth grade, and I saw it in my school, and yeah, they showed it to the school for some reason, but and I remember really liking it. I feel like it's a really underrated movie. Um, I mean, I don't remember everything from it, but I do remember the things I do remember. I remember really liking it, and I should probably rewatch it again. I haven't, like I said, I've only seen it once, so I can't really say much about it, but I do remember really liking it. So for that, I'll put it in A tier. Next, we got The Lion King. This is probably everybody's favorite Disney movie, and I could definitely see why. You know, originally thinking about doing a ranking of all these movies, but I thought it'd be too hard to rank, so that's why I'm just doing a tier list. So, because it's a lot easier. Because there's just so many good ones, and Lion King is definitely one of them. It's a lot of like I said, a lot of people think it's the best Disney movie. It's got great characters, great morals and themes, and soundtrack and story and everything. Yeah, it's just it's a classic. There's so much to be said about it. I can't really get into that, but yeah, where it deserves to be as tier. All right, now we got Toy Story. It's the first Disney Pixar film we had. It's the first film to be like 3D animated, I think, and first like completely CGI film, and it's really good. It's yeah, very good movie, good story, good characters. I like Woody and Buzz. A lot of funny moments too, and it's got good themes and like stuff about it talks about like it doesn't talk about it directly, but like implied like theme of like jealousy and stuff, which I feel like it's a good message. Like don't be jealous of others. And overall, it's just a fun, family, entertaining film, and also with an S tier. But there's just so many good films, and like I haven't even gone through all of them yet, and we already got four S's. It shows how good some of these movies are. Okay, next we got Tarzan. Um, I've only seen this movie once as well, kind of like The Emperor's New Groove, and I do remember really liking it as well. It's sad, emotional, like in some moments, and then other parts are just really fun. But like I said, I've only seen it once, and I can't really say too much about it. But it's still good. I probably like The Emperor's New Groove a little more, but this is still a good one. I'm debating whether I should put it in A or B. I should probably rewatch it, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it as much if I do rewatch it though. Uh, let's put it in B tier. Okay, now we got Toy Story 2, another great film. Oh, and also keep in mind that I am filming in 2020, and there's a lot of movies that aren't here that should be here. Um, I'll just talk about them briefly, even though I can't like actually like physically place it up. Oh, by the way, I didn't say it, but Happy 4th of July, everyone. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Toy Story 2. Uh, this is the first Toy Story film that I remember watching as a kid. I actually watched on VHS. It's a good movie. I don't think it's the best Toy Story film, but it's still pretty good and worth watching. I think I recommend it for families, people of all ages. Yeah, you'll definitely enjoy this one. I just, it's not kind of hard to explain. Like, it's a good film. I like it a lot, but like, I'm probably not gonna. It's not gonna be super easy for me to rewatch. So yeah, I guess that's the best way to describe it for me. So I'll put in B tier, but it's still, a very good film. Like, I strongly recommend it. Okay, Monsters Inc. I haven't seen this one quite a bit. Very good, very funny movie. Uh, not too many like, you know, big morals or themes or anything, but still like very fun and you know, it, it's a great family movie and great characters and stuff. Good villain and you know, this Mike and Sully, great two main characters. Just a lot to love about this movie. I haven't seen it in a while. I should probably rewatch it. I don't think, mm, like when I think like Pixar films, like this one definitely crosses my mind. But if I'm thinking about which ones I like rewatch, this might be like the fifth or sixth movie, like Pixar movie that I might rewatch. So I can't put an S tier for that, but it's still really good. It's definitely worth rewatching though. And yeah, it's just a great film. I recommend. And I'll put an A tier. Finding Nemo is another film that I have a lot of nostalgia for. I'm trying to be unbiased as much as possible with all these. Uh, this is a very good film as well. I also recommend. I also shows Marlon, a very caring dad who loses his son. He's just like overprotective, and the son kind of hates him. And then he gets captured, and y'all know the story. I'm sorry I'm getting spoilers, but everybody knows it, so it doesn't really matter. Uh, and like he has to save him, like his son has to, like Nemo has to deal with like face guilt and regret, and just wait for his dad to come save him. It's very fun. Movie is great visually as well, especially for the time. Um, I really recommend this one. And yeah, great emotional moments like when Marlon's wife dies. And then when Nemo and Marlon reunite at the end, very emotional, very powerful moment. So yeah, very good. Strongly recommend, and I'd probably put in the S tier. Definitely one of my favorite Pixar films. The Incredibles, another great family movie. And kind of different from every other like Pixar movie. This one has like superheroes. And when I think superhero movies, I think obviously like Marvel and DC. Like Spider-Man, Batman, Iron Man, Captain America, those stuff. And then you get Incredibles, which is really different from all those, but still very good. It's like a great family, entertaining superhero movie, and a lot of great things, great characters, great villain. My only issue with this is that, like, I do remember watching this a lot as a kid. It just felt really slow to me for some reason, and like the movie feels like really long. I don't know, maybe it's just me that feels that way, but like I feel like I've watched like a 2.5 hour movie every time I watch this film, and yeah, it just feels really slow and long for me for some reason. And even though it's like I think it's like 1 hour and 45 minutes, like just as long as any other movie here, but it just feels so much longer for some reason. But with that being said, it's still a great film, and I really recommend it. And yeah, definitely one of the better Pixar films. I'll put an A tier for that. Cars. I haven't seen this one in a long time. I also have nostalgia for this one, but I also, even like with the nostalgia, I'd also get bored of it. Like even as a kid, just like in some parts, it's a fairly okay movie. Like there, it's not the worst. There are more here that are worse than this, and but still, you know, nothing too spectacular. It's okay. Might not yeah, I'm probably gonna have a hard time rewatching it, but it's not the worst film ever. It's yeah, I'll put it in the C tier. It's just straight up okay. Ratatouille is another film that I haven't seen in a while, and I really should. It's a very unique, very entertaining family film again. It's about a rat who loves cooking, and he lives not really lives. Well, I guess he lives, yeah, under this uh well, janitor's like hat or whatever, and like cooks for him and makes the janitor popular. Cool concept, very unique and just very fun. I like every time I watch this movie, I always get hungry because the food in it looks really good. Yeah, it's a really good film, and I should probably rewatch it soon. Yeah, I'll put an A tier. Bolt. Yeah, I haven't seen this one in a really, really long time. Like the other films, when I say I haven't seen them in a while, I usually mean like 2 to 3 years. But this one, Bolt, like it's probably been like maybe like 8 or 9 years since I've seen this one. I don't really remember exactly when this movie came out, but I do remember like liking parts of it, and I do remember getting bored in some other parts. I do feel like though if I rewatch it now, there might be some weird, cringy, cheesy moments that I do remember as a kid, but they weren't then. But if I feel like if I see them now, then I might feel that, yeah. But I don't know. It's a debate with B or C. Like I haven't seen it in a long time, so I feel like I should. Yeah, I need to give it another chance because I don't remember everything from it. The part I do remember, remember liking a lot. But also parts I don't like that I really don't like. I don't know. I'll put it in C tier, but maybe if I rewatch it, I might change my opinion. I don't know. Wally. I remember first seeing this in theater when it came out, and I remember not liking it that much. And then I saw it probably like 2 years ago, and I do remember liking it. I remember it being better than I remembered. Like when I watched it the second time. Uh, but regardless, it's still I don't know. Some people consider this to be the best Pixar movie. I really don't know why. I'll be honest. But still, like, oh, it's all right. Like, I feel like I'll have an easier time rewatching this one than some other ones. But nothing too spectacular from it though. But it's still like a solid movie. I'll put it in B. Uh, Next we got Up. Um, yeah, this is a really good one. This is also, I feel like one of those Pixar films that isn't talked about enough. Um, yeah, it's a lot of great things, great characters, and it's really funny too. A lot of funny moments. Like the kid, his name's Russell the dog, and like a bunch of other dogs, and Kevin was that bird's name, I think. Really good film. I like how there's a lot of sad emotional parts too. Like when was it Carl? Yeah, he loses his wife, and like the beginning of the movie is very sad emotional. Even though we only knew that guy for like 5 minutes, but like it was still like really sad and emotional. And yeah, honestly, that's like one of the saddest moments in anime movie history, I'd argue. But yeah, really good film. Definitely worth watching if you have a family. It's yeah, one of the more underrated Pixar movies. So I'll put an A tier. Toy Story 3. That this actually reminds me, I should probably once I get there. Yeah, I will talk about, even though it's not on here, I will talk about Toy Story 4, Frozen 2, and onward once once I finish putting all these movies up. But so I just want to make sure I don't forget. So, but anyway, Toy Story 3 is a really good family movie. I remember watching this and it came out 2010. I remember watching it multiple times in the theaters because of how much I enjoyed it. And even now, like 10 years later, I still look back and there's still a lot of great things about it. Woody's or Andy's getting ready for college. He's old, mature. It deals with some adult themes and while also being like family friendly at the same time. Andy grows up, and honestly, this movie has like a great villain and lots of great character arcs for Woody and all the characters. This movie honestly has one of the best endings in any animated movie I've ever seen. Not just animated, but like any movie I've ever seen. And I honestly feel like they should have just stopped here in the third one instead of making the fourth one. But I'll get to the fourth one in a bit. But this film is really good, and yeah, I definitely rewatch it like multiple times. Next we got Tangled. Um, I actually only saw this movie once, and it wasn't even like when it came out. I actually saw it like 2 years ago on a plane. It was my first time watching it, and I remember really liking it. But because I've only seen it once, there's not too much I can say about it. But I do like it a lot. It was, like the parts that I do remember, it was really good. Like honestly, like I probably should rewatch it. Like I remember liking the songs and the characters. There's a lot of funny moments in it too. It's a yeah, overall great film, and I actually wish I'd seen it more. I remember I saw it in 2018 on an airplane. I wish I saw it in theaters. I hadn't, and I kind of regret that. But yeah, I really want to see this movie again. I would put in S tier, but I've only seen it once, so I can't put it there. Um, well, okay, let me take that back. I'm not. It's not that I would put it in S tier, but it's. I have to see it more for me to see like how much like I'll like this long term. Because like most of these movies, like the movies in S tier mainly, are like really good. I can rewatch like all day. Um, yeah, even though like I've seen them multiple times, like I could still like rewatch them like as much as like possible. Tangle, I might feel that way eventually. I don't know, but because I've only seen it once, I can't say anything yet. So I'll put an A tier though. Still a great film. Cars 2. I remember when I first saw this film, I remember liking it a lot. And then I remember at one point I liked it more than the first Cars. And then now I'm just like, eh, it's not that amazing. But I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. Like some people say it's the worst Cars movie ever. Not just the worst Cars movie, but like worst Pixar movie ever. Um, I can kind of see why, but I don't think it was that horrible. But it's definitely not that great either. Honestly, like I don't really have any problem with Mater, but like I could see him like he could be annoying at times. And there's just a lot of boring parts. Like it's try to be like a spy movie or something, like a James Bond kind of movie, and it just doesn't work very well for this type of like this type of movie. Uh, yeah, I'll probably put in D tier. It's not I don't. It's not horrible like people say it is, but it's not really worth your time. Brave. This one I have really mixed feelings about. I remember really liking it when I first saw it, and then I was like, it's okay. I don't like it that much. And then I rewatched it, and I remember liking it again. And now I'm just like, it's okay now. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Just keep changing opinions on this. But overall, it's an it's a decent film. It's not terrible. Takes place in Scotland. Um, I'll be honest, like now that I think of it, look back at it, I'm just like, mm, I don't like, I don't really like Merida that much as a Disney character. Like, I don't know, she's like a jerk to her mom, and I don't really like that much. Like, she does like, redeem herself kind of like towards the end, but like still, like, she didn't have to do that. Um, just overall, it's a decent film. Like, I can kind of recommend it, but you're not gonna miss too much if you don't see it. Because I have so many mixed feelings about it, I'll put it in B tier. Because yeah, it probably belongs here. Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah, this is another one I haven't actually seen in theaters, but I did watch it. I think like 1 year after it came out, and I remember really liking it. And yeah, it's a very good film. It's a cool concept. Like Ralph is like a bad guy, or the cool concept like it takes like video games and stuff, and like they go be like in worlds. It's like they're in their own universe, which is really cool. And I like the story and themes. Like a Ralph, he's like a bad guy. He's like tries his best to become like a good guy, so he you know, feels like he belongs with the other people in his game. I like how, yeah, it's just kind of like Beauty and the Beast, or like he's like a beast and like nobody loves him until Belle finally does. Everybody looks at him in a bad way, kind of like Ralph, but he looks at himself in a bad way, and people think he's a bad guy. He wants to be good, but then he realizes that like, there's nothing wrong with being a bad guy. It's good to be a bad guy. So I really like that like theme and moral, and I also really like the plot twist like near the end with a villain surprise. I don't want to spoil it, but I'll spoil it, whatever, I don't care. When it was the Candy King or whatever, where he was like that what was that guy's name? That the guy that like broke like a bunch of video games, I think. Like he ended up being like like he was like the main villain at the end. So I thought that was really cool. Um, yeah, just a very fun movie. I wish I saw it in theaters. I have seen it multiple times. Um, yeah, and I really recommend it. I'd probably put an S tier. I could rewatch it a lot. Monsters University. This is I when I first saw this movie, I thought it was just okay. Like, yeah, it wasn't horrible, but I just thought it was okay. Like, it's tolerable. And then now I look back at it, I'm just like, I'm probably gonna have a really hard time rewatching this, and it says like nothing to do. Well, I won't say nothing to do, but it's yeah, like it's more of a prequel than a sequel to Monsters Inc. And like I don't know, it's got like so many like other random characters that I don't really care about. Some of them can be like kind of annoying. I feel like they should just focus more on Mike and Sully and just like kept that as the whole main story, and maybe like Randall too. And just I didn't really feel like it didn't feel it didn't really show too much like how they became like it kind of showed how they became friends, but not really like monsters like working at. I don't know, maybe I don't remember too much from this movie, but like it's not because I've seen it like a long time ago, because like if I can't remember stuff from a movie, even if I've seen it like a decent amount of times, then I can't say too many good things about it. Um, yeah, it's just all right. It's I'll probably put it here. It's not a horrible movie, but probably kind of forgettable. Yeah, just okay. Planes. I've only seen this once, and I really hated it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just yeah, straight to the point. It was really boring. Don't remember much from it, but for even if I did, it'd be for all the wrong reasons. And just really horrible. Yeah, this I completely forget this is even like a Disney slash Pixar film. Like it shouldn't be here. Like honestly, this movie is just awful. Yeah, it's Brock. It's the first Brock movie we got so far. All right, Frozen. I've probably seen this one more than any other film on this list, but for a good reason. It's not just because my family made me watch it, but I did really enjoy this film when I first saw it. It was really good, and then the more I saw it, the more I started to like it, and the more I liked it more as I watched it more, which is I feel like if a movie does that, that's a good thing. And like even now, like I have a little sister, she watches it basically every day, and I just watch with her sometimes because like I just have so much fun watching this, and it's got story's good. It's not amazing, but it's good. It's got great characters, great songs and stuff. It's got like two plot twists at the end with Hans being the villain and like um Anna like saving Elsa at the end, which is I thought that was really good. I like the theme of sisterhood and family and stuff. Yeah, just great film, and I really recommend it. Kind of bothers me when I'll put an S tier. It bothers me when people say like it's overrated. Like honestly, like they just say that just because it's popular, but I don't like. I feel like every movie like I can see why like it's overplayed. I can see why people like will get like tired of it, but it's still like a good film. Like if you watch it with an open mind, like I feel like you'll enjoy it. This is Big Hero 6. This is I've, I haven't seen this one too much, but I remember seeing it the first time and liking it but not loving it in the theaters. And then I rewatched it I think about a year later, a year or two later, I don't remember. And then I just remember like almost falling asleep. But also I did watch it at nighttime though, so it could be due to that reason. Um, but it's not a horrible film. It's okay. I feel like it's a like another like superhero like Disney film, but we already have like a great one in The Incredibles, so we don't really need a film like this. Like it's different. Like okay, I like the brotherly relationship between what was it I forgot their names. I haven't seen them in a while. Like the two brothers, and I like Baymax. He's a cool character, but I didn't really care for anybody else. I'll be honest. And the action wasn't that spectacular. Like I don't really expect action from a Disney film, but if it's a superhero film, that I kind of do. Because like I feel like Incredibles had a lot of good action sequences. This one maybe it did. I don't know. It wasn't that memorable for me. Like I don't know. Maybe I should probably give it another rewatch. But as of now, I'll probably put it in the C tier. Okay, almost there. And then there's others that aren't on the list that I'll talk about as I mentioned. Sorry, this is a long video. I'm expecting to be this long. Inside Out. Uh, I also have some mixed feelings about this one. When I first saw it, I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. It's a very cool and creative concept for a movie, but honestly, I don't really care about the characters too much. I don't like Joy. I get it. Like she's supposed to be like a happy person, but like she could be kind of annoying at times. Some of the other emotions, like like sadness. Sadness is all right. I don't mind her that much. And then I don't really like what was the green one's name? Disgust and that much. And Fear. They're just okay. I don't really like Riley that much either, but there were some good moments. I'm not going to deny that. But it's not. It's not like most people consider it to be like top tier. I'm not really up there. Like I don't think it's top tier, but there are like things that work. But there's also a lot of like cheesy, like weird, cringy moments to me. Like even like back then, like I cringed like at those moments. Yeah, I remember cringing a lot, and I don't really like that. But it's still like all right. Uh, it's not okay. It's not C tier. Maybe I should rewatch it, but I don't know. Okay, I'll put B tier. Yeah, it's not bad. Like maybe like most people will probably like it. It's just it didn't suit me very well. Zootopia. Yeah, this is a. I'll be honest with you. Like, okay, the first time I watched this, I remember really, really liking it. Like, it was really good. So, like, I expected it to be like it was kind of like how I felt about Frozen when I first saw it. Like, it was really good. I really wanted to rewatch it. And I've seen both Frozen and Zootopia like multiple times. I've probably seen Frozen more. Like, sorry, I definitely seen Frozen more. But Zootopia, like, was really good when I first saw it. But then as I watched it more and more, I got a little bored of it. So because of that, I'm probably gonna have a hard time rewatching it. But it's still like a really good film. I like the characters. I like yeah, there's a lot of funny moments. I like the story. I like the theme of like it deals with a lot of social issues like racism and things like that. So something we're dealing with now in our contemporary society. So I feel like it does a great job covering that. It also has a pretty good twist at the end with the I forgot her name. Was that Little Sheep or whatever was a villain? Um, yeah, very good film, and I do really recommend it for everyone. I'll put an A tier though, because like I said, I'll have a hard time rewatching it, but it's still, a very good film. Like it, if I hadn't, hmm, I don't know, maybe I'm being a little unfair. Because I have seen Frozen a lot of time and I put an S tier, and I have seen this one a lot too, but I'm putting an A tier. I don't know, for some reason, I haven't gotten really bored. Like I'm not that bored of Frozen yet, so maybe if once I do, like I might switch them up. I don't know. It's still a great movie though. Finding Dory is a yeah, it's another pretty good film. I remember liking it when I first saw it. I did watch it kind of recently, not the whole thing, but I saw like parts of it kind of recently. It was good. Nothing too amazing. It's kind of like I wouldn't say it's forgettable, but it's not. Nothing really stands out. Not amazing. Like, but it's like for a Disney Pixar sequel, it does its job of being a fun, entertaining family film. Uh, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I don't really have too much to say. But it's still a good film, and yeah, I'll probably put it here. Yeah, I should probably rewatch it soon. But yeah, it's a good movie. Cars 3. I remember watching this in the theaters with my cousins. I don't know. I really don't know why. There were so many movies we could have watched. We decided to watch this. Uh, I remember when I first watched it, I thought I was like, it's okay. But now when I really think about it, this movie's got Brock. When I say that, like, yeah, okay, you already know what it's gonna be. But there's just so many weird things about it. It's just like, Lightning McQueen like crashes and stuff, and needs to train to win a race, and then he goes, and all of a sudden, like, this other yellow car, I forgot, like, I don't know their names, but like just wants to be in the race and just does it for him. I was like, what? That makes like zero sense, and it's like really awful. Like, honestly, like, people say Cars 2 is the worst Cars movie. Nah, Cars 3 is worse by a long shot. Yeah, yeah, it's awful. Uh, all right, now we have Coco. This is I've only seen this one once, and I remember liking it. I don't remember any specific themes. And remember, I do remember, I do kind of remember the story. Like, the kid, like, he likes music and stuff, and his family is like against it, but he still like sticks like to what he believes, and like he's related to like that dude that he became friends with in that like other dimension or whatever. That's like as much as I remember, like the main things I remember from it. But like I've only seen it once, and it was when it came out. Not the day it came out, but like around that time. So yeah, I can't say too much about it, but I do remember liking it. I should probably rewatch it, but yeah, it's not. Yeah, if I watch it more, I'll probably, I might change my opinion on it. But as of right now, I'll put it right there. Incredibles 2. I've seen this one a lot as well. Somebody like, I don't know why, but I just saw it a lot. When I first saw it, I remember really liking it. I never thought it was better than the original, but I do remember really liking it. Like when I was thinking it was like one of the better like animated sequels when I first saw it. And then like as I rewatched it, like more and more, I did get kind of bored of it. But honestly, that just happens. If you watch movies too much, you're gonna get bored eventually. It didn't really happen for me with most of these movies up here, at least not yet. But which is why they're special to me. But this one, yeah, I feel like if there's nothing wrong if a movie you get a movie without watching it too much. I just feel like if you don't get bored of it, then it's really good. Um, if that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, just this one's like kind of hard to rewatch, honestly, but I do remember really, really liking it when I first saw it and like having a great time in the theater. And it was really funny too. The action was alright as well. It's not amazing, but it's still pretty good. I just don't know. They made it. I feel like the first one is about Bob, but also like the whole family as well. It's like this one is more just about like Helen and everybody else kind of sidelined until she gets like possessed, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, still like a pretty film. Yeah. Now we got Ralph Breaks the Internet. Uh, I remember watching this in the theaters for the first time, and I remember liking it. Not loving it, but I remember liking it when I left. Now when I look back at it, I'm just like, why would I like that so much? Um, there's nothing too like the first movie was like about Ralph and like how he like I explained that already, like how he like comes to terms with himself about being like a villain and like a wanting to be a hero. And like this one says like I just feel like Ralph was like completely like underutilized in this film. It was more about Vanellope, honestly, and honestly she was really annoying in this film. And I just really didn't like the way she treated Ralph, even though Ralph was like basically doing everything for her and like she was still being annoying. So yeah, I didn't like that. And I do like the animation and stuff. How yeah, I like they show like the internet like that world. That was pretty cool. But that's honestly the only thing I like about it. And this another thing I don't like about this end. It says it has an ending that I'll also like talk about and it's similar to endings in other movies that it's not here, but I'll explain in a bit. It's just I don't know, for some reason they just split up because like she wants to be in another game and just leave Ralph and everyone. Just I don't know why they do that. I just know it's like Disney's like doing that in a lot of their films. Just they're like separating the main characters for some reason. And honestly, I really don't like that they do that. It's honestly annoying. But like, it's not even. This isn't even like the worst of it though. Like in this film, like there's other films where they do that and it's much worse. But I'll get to that like right after I put rank this. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna rewatch this like anytime soon. I might rewatch it someday, but yeah, I just really don't like this one. I'll probably put it in D tier. Alright, and they're not here, so but the last three I was gonna rank were Toy Story 4, Frozen 2, and Onward. So I'm just gonna talk about it. Toy Story 4. I like this. Uh, I like Toy Story 4. It was a good, fun movie. Yeah, it's yeah, I kind of recommend. I mean, you're not gonna miss too much if you don't watch it, but it's still like a fun movie that yeah, families will probably enjoy. But the only issue I have with it is that it's just a movie that exists and has nothing too valuable. Like I said Toy Story 3 just like ended perfectly. Like they should just stop there. They just made had to make Toy Story 4 because they wanted money. I mean, that's Disney. They do that, but like it was good and like it was fun in a lot of parts. But then also like all the other characters were like so like what's it like sidelined, I guess. Like they had like no, they didn't do anything. Like all those characters were like what made Toy not they aren't what made it good, but they're like they played a big reason of why the Toy Story movies are so good. All the characters and like I said, in Ralph Breaks the Internet have like Disney like splitting up main characters, and in the ending Toy Story 4, for some reason Woody um decides to leave all his friends and stay at that carnival with his girlfriend because he became a simp, which I really don't like because I feel like that completely goes against Woody's character that we really liked and admired in the previous films. So yeah, just Woody's character is all about being loyal to his owner and being there for his friends, doing whatever he can to keep his owner and his friends happy. And the end of Toy Story 4, he just tries to keep him like they just I don't know. It's just I feel like he made a horrible move just by doing being selfish, which is not part of his character. But anyway, it's still a fun film though. It's a fun animated movie. It's just I just don't like the ending. That's really my only issue with that. But yeah, I can't put it. But I don't have it here. But I'd probably put it in the B tier just because of I did like have a lot of fun watching it up until the end, of course. But it's still like a decent film. And what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, Frozen 2. Uh, sucks because I told you I watched the first Frozen a lot, and so I was excited once well, I actually had mixed feelings when they announced the Frozen 2. They I was thinking like I hope they don't screw this up. Like I was excited because I'm getting another Frozen film, but also like kind of anxious because I hope they don't screw this up because Frozen's such a big movie. Like if they screw this up, it might ruin a lot of stuff. And it came out last year. I watched it a day after it came out, and then I just left with like a straight face. I left the theater like just not liking it that much, and I was really disappointed. And then I rewatched it, and then I really didn't like it. And then like the more I thought about it, I just grown like the more I only watched it twice, but the more I thought about it, and you know I just grown to hate this film. Yeah, Frozen 2 is just awful. So just so many like boring stuff in it. It's like so forgettable. A lot of points. Just all these like unnecessary random characters and like pretty forgettable songs. Like the best song in the movie was "Into the Unknown." Even then, it's like the worst song in the first Frozen is probably better than that. And but yeah, it's just a really bad film, and it's just like all over the place. Like Kristoff was like so bad in that movie, like it was ridiculous. He was awful. And then, but that's not even like my biggest issue with the film. These are like this is what makes the film bad, like on its own. But my biggest issue with this film is actually kind of ironic because it seems to be what everybody liked about the film. Is actually Elsa's main storyline. Honestly, like I feel like the first film, I like how both sisters like struggled like throughout their whole lives, and you know make they wanted to be with they longed to be with each other, and like Elsa had to like you know she was because she couldn't control her power, she had to run away and protect other people like her kingdom and her family. uh, I thought that was one great thing about her character in the first film, and Anna as well, always being supportive of her sister despite like everything like she did. I really like that as well. And then even the side characters, like Kristoff was good in the first one, Olaf was good in the first one, and this film, like they're just all like I don't know, like they're completely different. I feel like the way they act goes completely against their character, and like this film, like Elsa like hears a voice or something, and she's just like she's really desperate to find out what it is for some reason. Just she's like meant to be a spirit or whatever, but I feel like that kind of ruins her character because in the second movie she like wants to get away from her family, whereas in the first one, like the whole point of it was both sisters like they both long to be with each other in the first one. So I feel like that storyline goes against what made the first one great. And like I said in Ralph Breaks the Internet and Toy Story 4, where this main character split up, they did that again in Frozen 2, and I feel like Elsa and Anna are like the last two people that should be split up in a Disney movie, or not Disney, but like in a movie in general. These are the last two people that should like separate, and they separated them. So there's just a lot of there's so many reasons why I don't like Frozen 2, and I put it in the Brock tier. Yeah. Anyway, enough ranting on Frozen 2. What was I gonna do next? Onward, yeah. I saw Onward recently. It was I wish I got to see it in theaters. I feel like if I saw it in theaters I probably would have liked it more, but it's still like I still had a lot of fun watching it. I watched it with my family in my house downstairs in the basement. Uh I had fun watching it. Good film. It's probably not one that I'm gonna rewatch very often. Like pretty I'm not gonna rewatch it anytime soon, but it's still a good film and I do recommend it. Uh I like the oh, you know, the theme of like brotherhood and stuff, brotherly love. They're always like with each other, and I liked how what was the main character's name? The guy voiced by Tom Holland. I liked how he let his older brother see his dad one last time. That's he's saying like I never had a dad, and he let him see his dad like one last time. So I really like that. And the only thing I don't like is that I don't really like why like some characters I don't like from that movie, and I also didn't like why their mom like had a boyfriend even though like her husband died. That's just didn't make sense to me. It was kind of dumb. But overall, still a good film. I'll put it in B tier. So yeah, that's pretty much all the at least all the movies that I've seen and remembered, and my opinions on them. I hope you enjoyed. This was way longer than I expected it to be. I probably plan on doing more tier lists like this. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like and please subscribe for more. There's a lot of great movies, so many great ones. I've put like a rewatched them like so many times. Like even like some of the worst, besides the even the ones like anything like C and above, like they're like have like some value to me. Like they mean well, like they're good films, and I could probably rewatch them. Yeah, and they're fun movies, and I really recommend them. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I need to really check out some classics here. Like I haven't seen Mulan or Moana or like Hercules and stuff. I should probably check those out. Yeah. Alright. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Please subscribe for more. What are your favorite Disney movies or just anime movies in general? You can feel free to share if you want. This is It was a lot harder to put together than I expected, but I still had a lot of fun talking about some of my favorite movies and sharing my opinions on them. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.